Hi. This is Currency C-Drama. Chinese drama The Legend of Shen Li, Part 6. Xingyan felt that Shen Li should not beat Henghua Jing, but Shen Li had always been decisive in doing things and was good at using force to solve problems. She told Henghua Jing to leave quickly, and she would tell Gu Chengjin that he had killed her. Henghua Jing burst into tears. She knew clearly that Gu Chengjin was just using her as a medicine to save people, but she still wanted to see Gu Chengjin one last time. Shen Li tried to persuade her several times, but to no avail, so she agreed to let Henghua Jing see Gu Chengjin again. Look at that woman who made her jealous to death. Shen Li made the Henghua Jing invisible, and then told Gu Chengjin that the Henghua Jing was dead and asked Gu Chengjin to leave here as soon as possible. Gu Chengjin was already heartbroken, and he didn't want to go there. There was a woman he loved here, and they would die together, he Hua. When Jing heard that she was completely desperate, she impulsively strangled Gu Chengjin's neck, but how could this man, who she fell in love with at first sight, have the heart to do it? He Hua Jing finally sacrificed herself for her sweetheart. Finally Xianxia woke up and Gu Chengjin knew that it was the lotus essence that made him perfect. Facing the rising light spots, he felt lost. Xingyan had just been invaded by the miasma poison, and his wrists were stained purple by anger. Shen Li took him back to Jianyu Mansion, and used energy to heal his injuries. Seeing that Xingyan was temporarily getting better, Shen Li understood that he could not stay any longer. In the spiritual world, her pursuers are still looking for her all the time. Once a battle starts next to Xingyan, his weak body will not be able to bear it. As expected, the pursuers from the spirit world came in force. Mo Fang tried his best to delay time, and Shen Li followed closely behind. She summoned De Xian and other local gods and asked them to quickly save Xing Yun in Jin Yue Mansion. After all, he was the prince. How dare Xian disobey, and immediately promised to force the poison out of Xingyan's body within half an hour. Shen Li told De Xian to find the man in blue under the pavilion. De Xian only had half an hour and immediately rescued the man in a hurry. Unexpectedly, two uninvited guests broke into the road. One of them was King Yin and the other was Kairong. Both of them were demon kings. They asked the Earth Immortal to give Shen Li a message. If Shen Li didn't come quickly, he would be held hostage. The cloud cannot be guaranteed to be secure. Soon, Shen Li heard the news and saw frequent strange phenomena in the heaven. He guessed that Mo Fang must be working with the pursuers. Xingyan was still in danger. Shen Li had no choice but to betray and fly back to the old place to rescue Xingyan. Shen Li came to Xingyan, and Kairong and King Yin heard the instructions from Shen Li's mother, asking her to go back and get married as soon as possible, otherwise she would be taken back to the spirit world even if her arms and hands were broken. Shen Li looked up and saw that the sky was full of pursuers, as dense as ants. In order to protect Xingyan, she cut her palm, and used her own blood to create a solid barrier to protect Xingyan. Shen Li's mother was furious, accusing Shen Li of harming her clansmen, and asked her if she knew her crime. Shen Li responded calmly, saying that their spiritual world had been living in the immortal world for tens of thousands of years, and now they can't make the final decision on their own marriage. It all depends on the chaos of the immortal world. Yuanyang Pu is also forced to guard the demons and monsters in the fairy world. Everything Shen Li said was true, but the Queen Mother couldn't listen anymore. She ordered 2 heavenly soldiers and generals to take away the prince immediately. When Xingyan heard the conversation between these people, he realized that Shen Li's identity was actually the prince. Even though she was reluctant to leave, Shen Li turned back to Xingyan, helped him up, and gave him a passionate kiss. Shen Li told Xingyan that she was being forced to marry now, and I am afraid there will be no chance to see him again in the future. I hope Xingyan can live well. After saying that, he left sadly. Looking at Shen Li painting's back, Xingyan was full of reluctance.